Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is just about that time. Finally, the first Borderland battle of the 2025-26 basketball season. It's the two girls teams of the Inertia Falls Broncos and the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings getting ready to get going here in Falls High School. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSTM, as well as watching on YourLiveEvent.com to our live broadcast of the Borderland battle between the Inertia Falls Broncos and the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings. And Littlefork-Big Falls, they are coming into today, riding a huge 59-56 win over LaPorte just last night. Meanwhile, the Broncos girls team, they are coming off of their own win earlier in their season on December 12th, where they ended up getting the win over Big Fork, big time, 60-26 in that action. And now here they are finally facing off against each other. It's again the Borderland battle between the Broncos and the Vikings. Get ready for our pregame show. Hey, you are listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSTM and YourLiveEvent.com. You are watching from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. And of course, we have all other sponsors like our pregame keys to the game, brought to you by Border GMC. And so, keys to the game for today, well, you're going to have to wait because we need to hear a word from our sponsors. You are listening and watching on Lakes Country 104.1 and YourLiveEvent.com.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Cooperation created the electric co-ops, and the co-ops banded together and answered the call. Today, a new generation of electric co-op members must again answer the call. We are the owners of the co-ops and are the fabric of the communities in which we live and work to take care of ourselves, our neighbors, and our communities' rises. Let it be known, it is time for this new generation to turn the lights on again, to ensure that the quality of life in all of the communities in which we live and work is improved. And when we live up to our purpose, we relight the American dream. Because we are the electric cooperative members of tomorrow, and our work has just begun.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the Borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper.
I'm here with head coach Derek Dowdy of the Inertia Falls Bronco girls basketball team, getting ready for their first home game of the season. Of course, it's going to be up against the down-the-road rival, Littlefork-Big Falls, and so obviously the girls have been itching to have this home game for quite some time since the last one got canceled. How are they feeling coming into today?
Yeah, I think we're feeling pretty good. It sure is nice to get a home game in. A lot of travel. I mean, there's no place we go that's a close game. So everywhere we go, we got travel ahead of us, and it's nice to be home.
Absolutely. And so, kind of riding a bit of a win streak, winning the last two that you played in. And so, what do we want to take away from those two games that we want to bring into today?
Just our main focus always is defense and limiting our turnovers. Always our number one focus as coaches is to try and shut down the other team. And the last couple games, both teams have had a girl that has scored quite a few points, and we want to try and work on that as a team. Understand, there's a girl on their team that's making a bunch of threes or whatever they're doing. We got to be more able to shut them down, I think, and just limit the turnovers. And pressure hits us, sometimes we have a little trouble, and it's kind of the same issue last year, and we just try to keep improving on it.
Yeah. So where have you seen some of the earliest growth so far this year?
I think everyone's building a little bit, getting a little better here and there. Lately I think we're moving the ball a little bit better. I like our press too. I think that's kind of what gets us going a little bit. On offensive end is our putting the pressure on the defense and getting easy buckets. So that's where I really like where we're at defensively, is just putting the pressure on, whether it's full court, half court, and just getting easy buckets the other way.
Absolutely, and hoping to have a really nice crowd turn up here for this big rivalry game, especially because it's Little Fork.
Yeah, it's always a fun atmosphere. It's always when I did the boys, it's the same thing. It's a lot of people in the crowd, and it's usually a hard-fought battle on both ends. So that's what we're expecting tonight.
Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you for your time. Wish you the best luck today.
All right, thanks a lot.
That was my interview with head coach Derek Dowdy of the Little International Falls Broncos girls basketball team. And their starting lineup for today: number 2, Sylvia Valenzuela, the senior; number 3, Neva Kokesh, the junior; number 13, the junior Lainey Taylor; number 20, the junior Eliana Koenig; and the senior, number 33, Chesney Scrine. And we're going to take a quick 1-minute break, and then we'll be back for the interview with head coach Dave Westman of the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings, as well as their starting lineups for today. It's the Borderland Battle, live on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM, as well as on YourLiveEvent.com from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
All the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real, because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with
I'm here with head coach Dave Westman of the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings girls basketball team, getting ready for the Borderland Battle against the International Falls Broncos here today. Another game where, following right after having a game the very next night, a big win against Laporte. What do you want to bring into that game and into this one?
I think we can ride that roller coaster again of some emotion from last night. Sometimes it's tough to play back-to-backs. We've actually had 4 games now in a row without a practice, so that makes it a little difficult to work on things. So learning on the fly is going to be crucial.
Absolutely, and so just going to be depending on your upperclassmen leaders on the team to help lead the way and depend on.
You know what? We got 9 on the roster, and we need all 9. Last night we had a 7th grader get her first 2 points. Cadence Decker was. The team was so over the moon for her to get those first 2 points. We had some big shots down the stretch and walked out of there with a win.
Yeah, and especially playing such a close game, every point matters, of course, and so even the 7th grader getting 2 points plays a big part. It's
a huge role. A lot of our games this year have been very competitive games, and I think that's a great way for our girls to learn in games. That doesn't always happen as an athlete, but they're seeing some things in games that they're taking into the next one, and I hope that continues.
Yeah. And so coming into today, being the road team for this game against the Falls for the big rivalry game, expecting the same kind of competitiveness?
Yeah, I really hoping so. I mean, talking with the girls before the game and some of the Falls parents, I think all these girls know each other very well. We could have had them do the scouting report for each team, I think, and both sides of the coaching staff know each other well, so it's a really fun rivalry.
Yeah, the familiarity brings a lot of fun into it, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for your time and wish you the best of luck today.
Thanks a lot, Augie.
Again, that was my interview with head coach Dave Westerman of the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings girls basketball team. And as you heard from him, he's got a young squad today, and he's going to be starting number 2, Jessica Holte. Number 5, Tenley Westerman, the leading scorer for the Vikings. Number 11, Avery Larson. Number 22, Mary Rosenthal. And number 33, Miley Davis. And those are your starting lineups for both the Broncos and the Vikings. And so stay tuned. It's the Borderland Battle coming up. Just a minute ago, they were playing the national anthem. Brought to you by local VFW Post 2948. Join us for Burger Night and karaoke. Our board of GMC keys to the game for the Broncos. They need to tire out this Little Fork Big Falls Vikings lineup here today. They are rocking a smaller bench compared to the Broncos, so if they can wear them down, then I think they can certainly come away with a win today. Little Fork, they need to stay strong defensively against this Broncos team, who can probably outsize them a little more, so definitely expect that competitiveness and that very aggressive offense and defense from either side. Opening tip-off, it's going to be for the Vikings, number 2, Jessica Holte. For the Broncos, number 3, Neva Kokesh. It's the Borderland Battle, and it looks like the ball is going to be out of bounds. No one able to get the possession. And so it looks like Little Fork's going to start with the ball after it was knocked out of bounds on the tip-off. They're saying it was out by the Broncos. So now we are underway with the Borderland Battle. Westerman, deep pass across to Avery Larson. Larson to Westerman inside. Larson's going to go up and try and go for the shooting foul. And I think they are going to not. It's going to be a foul against the Broncos. That's number 33, Chesney Scrine, who gets the foul for the Broncos. That's her first foul of the game, first team foul of the half. Tenley Westerman to inbound the ball. She tries to bounce it to Jessica Holte, but that's stolen away by the Broncos. Sylvia Valenzuela taking the point, passes it to her left, but that's stolen away by Avery Larson. She tried to go for the fast break, but wasn't able to get full control and ended up going out of bounds. And so that's going to go right back to the International Falls Broncos. So Broncos inbound the ball. Once again, Sylvia Valenzuela taking the point. High pass over to Eliana Koenig. Corner 3, a little too high off the top of the backboard. Rebounded by Neva Kokesh. She's going to drive to the basket. Up and no good. Wide on the shot off the glass, but they are going to have her go to the line. So Neva Kokesh is going to be sent to the line, and that's Miley Davis getting her first foul of the game. First free throw attempt for Neva Kokesh of the Broncos. It one is up and in. So Broncos are going to strike first in the Borderland Battle with a free throw thanks to Neva Kokesh. Second free throw from Kokesh. It's up and it is in. So perfect 2 for 2 on her first 2 free throws of the game. And so Vikings to inbound the ball. Jessica Holte, she's looking for Tenley Westerman. She's surrounded by a couple of purple jerseys, but she's almost able to get a pass out to Avery Larson. Almost stolen away by the Broncos. Eventually, it's Jessica Holte who's able to get the ball to her teammate, and now we're going to get a turnover. I think it was a travel that was called. So Broncos to inbound the ball after the foul led to the turnover. Lainey Taylor taking the point for the Broncos. She's going to pass it to her right in the corner. Eliana Koenig, she tries to pass it in bounds. Knocked out off course by Jessica Holte, I believe. But it's going to be Sylvia Valenzuela trying to drive to the net. Hers is off the rim into the hands of Mary Rosenthal. She's able to give the ball to Tenley Westerman. She's going to now take the point. She crosses half court, passes it to her right to Avery Larson. Larson to Westerman. Westerman, corner 3, and nothing but net. Tenley Westerman taking the lead for the Vikings. And it's now 3-2 on the PSA scoreboard. But the Broncos are going to take it coast to coast. That is Chesney Scrine, the senior leader for the Broncos, able to get the 2 and take the lead right back. Expect a lot of baskets under the net for Scrine, as we are going to get a jump ball. Lainey Taylor and Jessica Holte were wrestling for the ball that was on the ground. Jump ball is awarded to the Broncos. And it's going to be Lainey Taylor inbounding the ball. She's going to give it to Chesney Scrine, who's going to go for a quick jumper, but no good. It's going to be aired and out of bounds. Eliana Koenig trying to make a play to inbound it, but couldn't get there in time, so it's going to be Vikings ball. It is 4-3 still. Broncos lead by 1 on the PCA scoreboard. Every scoreboard update throughout the contest is brought to you by Packaging Corporation of America. Tenley Westerman over to Jessica Holte. She's going to cross half court and try and get through. Almost knocked out of her hand. She has to slow it down. Gives it to Westerman. Westerman with the shot, and that's going to be aired and out of bounds. Unlucky air ball by Tenley Westerman, just short. I think she was just rushing the shot a little too quickly there as the Broncos inbound the ball. It's Sylvia Valenzuela. Looks like Littlefork showing a full court press, trying to force the Broncos to turn it over. Neva Kokesh gets the pass from Chesney Scrine from half court, tried to bounce it over to Eliana Koenig, and that's going to be out of bounds. Still 4-3. Broncos lead by 1. And Vikings are going to get the steal after the ball was attempted to be inbounded by Lainey Taylor, and it looks like that's going to be out penalty, and so Vikings get the ball. Jessica Holte trying to, and we're going to get another foul, a travel called against Avery Larson. She was trying to sneak past 2 Broncos defenders that were really pressing on her, and she couldn't get it past them without taking too many steps. So now Broncos inbound the ball. Neva Kokesh from the near right corner. Now Lainey Taylor outside of the arc. She's going to dribble to her left. She goes to the three-point basket. It's aired. Kept in bounds by Eliana Koenig. It's caught by Sylvia Valenzuela, who keeps it, but then that's stolen away by Jessica Holte. Stolen right back by Lainey Taylor, though. She's going to pass it inside to Eliana Koenig, and that's no good on the shot, but I think she will have the free throw opportunities here. So they call that against Jessica Holte of the Vikings, her first foul of the game, and Eliana Koenig is going to have a couple of free throw opportunities. 15:45 left. First free throw is good for Koenig. And now opportunity number 2. It's up, and it's no good. That's going to be, looks like it's out of bounds on Chesney Scrine. She tried to go for the rebound, couldn't keep her footing, and that led to her not being able to keep possession of the ball, and that goes out of bounds. So Vikings ball, Jessica Holte trying to find someone to pass to. Broncos keeping the full court press. Able to get it out before getting the 5-second penalty. And coast to coast, Mary Rosenthal just short on the layup. And that's going to be rebounded by Chesney Scrine, taken back by the Broncos. Lainey Taylor passes it to her left. Pump fake by Valenzuela. Valenzuela passes it to her right. At the point is Taylor. Taylor to the right to Koenig. Koenig inside to Chesney Scrine, and they're going to say she stepped on the line. That is a turnover. That goes right back to Littlefork. Jessica Holte trying to find someone to pass to. Vikings are down by 2. Rosenthal trying to drive past Kokesh, but that's no good, and we're going to get a foul against number 13, Lainey Taylor. She gets her first foul of the game. Second team foul for the Broncos. Tenley Westerman to take the point for Littlefork, going right to left, wearing their all-white jerseys with orange lettering. Avery Larson tries to go up off the glass and nothing else. And that goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was out on a Viking. So Broncos get possession. Koenig inbounds it to Lainey Taylor. Deep pass over to her right to Neva Kokesh, who crosses the half-court line. Chesney Scrine inside pass. And Eliana Koenig up and in. That is going to be an and one basket for the Broncos. Are they calling it and one, or looks like they're not going to give it to her? So the foul is on the floor. Never mind. They did award it to her. What the heck? They gave it to her after I took it off the scoreboard on Your Live Event. So now the and one basket for Koenig, and it is indeed good. So they are now up by 5. It is 8-3. Broncos lead on the PCA scoreboard. And it's going to go out on the Vikings, so that's another turnover going to the Broncos. Littlefork can't catch a break after these early turnovers in half number 1. We have just under 15 minutes left in the half. Broncos lead by 5, and Valenzuela, not sure if that was a shot or a pass to Chesney Skrine, but it makes it to Skrine. She passes outside to Koenig. Koenig to her left to Taylor. Laney Taylor inside to Kokish. Kokish to Skrine. Skrine went for a couple of layups, but none of them good, and it looks like they're going to send her to the line. So she's going to have 2. Foul called against number 33, Miley Davis. That's her second of the game for Littlefork. First free throw opportunity for Chesney Skrine is no good. So Broncos still only lead by 1. We get a timeout called. Partial timeout called by Littlefork. And this timeout is brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. For a home professionally cleaned all year round, call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gresh are going to take great care of you. And don't forget, we also have our post-game awards to give out, such as our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game and our Domino's Pizza Player of the Game. Each team from Littlefork and the Falls are going to have one player selected for that Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. As Littlefork breaks the huddle following the timeout called. They have 4 left in the game. Broncos have all 5. Skrine missed her first free throw attempt. This is the second one. Little over 4.5 minutes left. Second one, no good for Skrine, as the rebound is made by the Vikings, and pass intended for Avery Larson is going to go out of bounds. And so Littlefork is going to unfortunately turn it right over. So that's something that they got to work on. They got to get those passes to the teammates going. As Koenig passes to her right to Skrine. Skrine outside of the arch to Taylor. Lane Taylor to her left to Valenzuela. Valenzuela over to the corner to Skrine. Skrine outside of Laney Taylor. Keeping outside of the perimeter. Eliana Koenig from the outside of the perimeter. No good. Rebounded by Sylvia Valenzuela. She passes it to her right to Laney Taylor. Laney Taylor one-on-one with Avery Larson. Corner 3 by Valenzuela. And she drains it. Sylvia Valenzuela with the 3. That's 3 points for number 2. And that's now a 11-3 game. Broncos leading on the PCA scoreboard. And it looks like we're going to get a foul on the play. This one against number 13 of the Broncos. That's Laney Taylor. She gets her second foul of the game. Third team foul of half number 1. Tenley Westman gets the pass to Miley Davis for a second, almost stolen away by the Broncos, but she was able to recover just in time. Avery Larson to her left to Westman. Westman to Holte. Holte, they're going to say she was traveling. Took too many steps before she started her dribble as she was trying to take a lane down the middle straight to the basket, and unfortunately got called for traveling. And so she has to put her luggage away after that travel. No trip for you. And Neva Kokesh, after the pass across the half court from Valenzuela, is able to get the pass outside. Mara Buller from the point to her right to Valenzuela. Valenzuela to the corner. Eliana Koenig steps back. 3-point shot is aired and off the hands of Chesney Skrine, but it's knocked out by a Viking. And so Broncos retain possession. And so far, since the Broncos keep winning the rebounding battle. Eliana Koenig's inbound ball. She gives it to Valenzuela. Valenzuela with a long shot. 17-footer, no good. Almost rebounded by the Vikings, but she's able to steal it away. And now she's going to give it to Kokesh. Kokesh to Skrine. Skrine across to Mara Buller. Mara Buller is going to try and drive inside. Valenzuela took too long. Her shot, her pass, it would have been a shooting foul anyway, but she tried to get a pass over to Eliana Koenig that goes out of her reach and out of bounds. So Vikings get the possession on the Broncos turnovers. So now it's Tenley Westerman taking the point for the Vikings. Looking to pass it to someone. She passes it to her right to Larson. Larson to number 10. That's Harper Westerman. Her shot no good, but rebounded by Avery Larson. Almost stolen away as she tried to give it to Tenley Westerman. Inside to excuse me, Miley Davis. Miley Davis gives it to Harper Westman. Harper Westman's going to get it up and in for 2. So now it's 11-5. Broncos still lead by 6. Inside pass. Koenig's going to go up, and Koenig's going to put it in. And now it's a 13-5 game. Broncos leading by 8 in this one. Holte to her right to Westerman. Tenley Westerman's going to go for a contested 3, just short on the air ball, and that's going to somehow be inbounded, and they're going to say jump ball called. And they're going to award that to the Broncos after the jump ball. Jessica Holte able to keep the ball in bounds. Koenig inbounds it to Valenzuela. Valenzuela, deep pass across half court to Kokesh. Kokesh makes it around Miley Davis off the bottom of the backboard, but that's going to be rebounded by Chesney Scrine, and she's going to get fouled on the ground, and that's going to be 2 shot opportunities for Chesney Scrine as she goes to the free throw line. She's so far 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Now she is. Foul was called against number 5, Tenley Westerman. Chesney Scrine so far still 0 for 3 now in free throw attempts. She only has 2 points in the game. Leading scorer for the Broncos so far has been Eliana Koenig with 6. And close behind is number 2, Sylvia Valenzuela, with 3. For the Vikings, it's Tenley Westerman leading with the 3-point basket. And her sister, Harper Westerman, with 2. With that basket earlier in the game. So far, it has been both teams plagued by turnovers in this one. And so both teams looking to try and adjust with this upcoming timeout. Brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. For a home professionally cleaned all year round, call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen are going to take great care of you. This is all live from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. And so Broncos with the getting ready. This is the second free throw attempt for Chesney Scrine. She missed the first one, looking to redeem herself. And that one's also not going to go in. Rebounded by Kokesh, though, and she's going to put that one in. So Scrine unlucky so far from the free throw line, but luckily she had a teammate. That was Neva Kokesh able to get the putback. And now they are up 15-5, but we're going to get a quick foul that's going to turn it over to the Vikings. Tenley Westerman to inbound the ball. She finds her sister Harper Westerman. Harper Westerman took too long to pass it. Now it's going to be knocked out of bounds by the Broncos. Marabola, the last one to touch it. And so Vikings get another opportunity. Vikings, I think they're just taking too long to try and get a pass to a teammate. Avery Larson back to Westerman. Tenley Westerman gets the pass up to Jessica Holte. Holte's going to get a deep pass intercepted by Chesney Scrine. She's going to give it to Marabola, who crosses half court. Marabola to her left to Sylvia Valenzuela. Valenzuela inside to Scrine. Scrine spins around. Up and no good. Rebounded by Tenley Westerman. Westerman, deep pass, high pass, just out of reach of Avery Larson. That's going to go out of bounds. It's another turnover for the Vikings. And the Broncos are going to look to try and extend their lead. They're already up by double digits with the 15-5 lead over the Vikings. 11:32. Looked like I don't know what the referee was motioning. I thought he was signaling a penalty for a second there, but he held up a 32, and the Vikings don't have a 32 on their team. Neva Kokesh, deep pass across the court to Marabola. She passes outside. Deep shot by Sylvia Valenzuela. No good. Chesney Scrine gets the putback, though. Now it's 17-5. Broncos lead. And Jessica Holte trying to get a pass to Westerman. That's taken away by the Broncos. Mara Buller. And Koenig couldn't get the rebound in time. And that's going to go out of bounds on a Viking. Mary Rosenthal subbed into the game for number 2, Jessica Holte. 11 minutes left in half number 1. Eliana Koenig inbound for the Broncos. Trying to get a high pass to Chesney Scrine. Gets it up. No good. Almost rebounded her own shot, but that's going to be eventually picking it up. But it got interrupted, hitting a whole bunch of Vikings hands on the way up. And we're going to get a foul. Koenig is going to go up to the line. They called it on number 22, Mary Rosenthal. Rosenthal gets her first foul of the game, her third foul of the game. I guess I missed the other two, and that's the 6th foul for the Vikings. So I think I accidentally wrongfully gave a penalty to another player. So first free throw attempt for Koenig is good. So far she is perfect, 3 for 3 in free throw attempts. And now she is going to be 4 for 4 in free throws. So Koenig so far perfect from the free throw line to help lead all scorers with 8 points today. Holte, bounce pass to Westerman, Tenley Westerman, over to Holte. Jessica Holte's going to drive, pass to Harper Westerman. She goes for the 15-footer. No good, but almost stolen away by Jessica Holte. She's going to put it up. No good, unlucky bounce on the inside of the rim. And Chesney Scruggs going to come up with the rebound. Broncos have possession now. This is Valenzuela to her left to Buller. Buller across to number 10 of the Broncos, Juliana Hartzler. Hartzler gets it rebounded by the Vikings. Now it's Tenley Westman trying to lead her team, trying to get some points on the board. Westerman inside to Avery Larson. Larson trying to pass it outside. That's thrown away by Sylvia Valenzuela. Valenzuela bringing it up past half court. Passes it to her right to Hartzler. Hartzler back to Valenzuela. Valenzuela across to Mara Buller. Mara Buller looking for someone to pass to. She finds Hartzler. Hartzler outside of Valenzuela, and we're going to get a whistle blown. And I think that's a turnover on the foul. I missed the signal on what the foul was on, so I'm not really sure what they penalized the Broncos for. 19-5 on the PCA scoreboard, and I think Holte trying to get a pass to Harper Westerman in the corner. That gets tipped out of bounds by a Bronco. Now it's Tenley Westerman inbound the ball. She finds Avery Larson. Larson going around to the point. She's looking for someone to pass to. She passes it to Westerman from the right. Deep three-point shot. Airs it, and that's going to go out of bounds. Broncos get the possession. Mara Buller to inbound the ball for the Broncos. She gives it to Sylvia Valenzuela, who's going to take the point. She passes it across half court and over to Hartzler. Hartzler back to Valenzuela. Valenzuela, to the left to Mara Buller. Her pass ends up bouncing off of a Viking. They get the steal. And Avery Larson not able to take it coast to coast, but Jessica Holte couldn't get the putback, but she will get the shooting foul and will go to the line. And so Jessica Holte looking to get her first points of the game. As she toes the line for the Vikings. First free throw attempt of the game. And that one's in. So Jessica Holte makes it 19-6 with her free throw attempt good. Another free throw attempt for... And Holte makes it 2 for 2 in free throws, making that second one. Quick substitution coming into the game for the first time. Shayla Blake, she is subbed in for Miley Davis. Marble inbounds it to Hartzler. Hartzler gives it right back to Buller. Buller crosses half court. She's going to pass it to her right to Hartzler. Hartzler back to Buller. Buller from the point inside to Kokish. Kokish outside to Hartzler. Hartzler almost couldn't get it. She gives it to Chesney Scrine, who goes up and in with a nice jumper right underneath the net. She has 6 points in this game. Broncos lead 21-7. Shayla Blake trying to drive inside. She's going to find someone outside of the arch, but that's going to be Neva Kokesh who gets the steal instead. Broncos now from the left side of the arch. She passes it to her left to the corner to Chesney Scrine. Chesney Scrine makes it to Hartzler. Hartzler stops it from going past half court, and she's going to give it to Sylvia Valenzuela who drives to the basket. No good off the glass, but rebounded and immediately put back in by Chesney Scrine. It's 23-6 now. Broncos leading on the PCA scoreboard. Tenley Westman taking the point for the Vikings. Looking to her right. She passes it to Harper Westerman off the inside rim, rebounded by Mara Buller, so no good. Vikings have been stagnant so far as Valenzuela to the left to Buller. Buller inside finds Kokesh. Kokesh goes for the jumper. This 10-footer is going to be off the near rim. No good. And that's going to be A foul called. They're going to say it's against number 10 of the Broncos, Juliana Hartzler. She gets her first foul of the game. Just over 8 minutes left in half number 1. Vikings are down 16 points as the Broncos lead 23-7 on the PCA scoreboard. Westerman to her right to Avery Larson. Larson trying to find someone to pass through. She's going to go around, and we're going to get a travel call, taking too many steps while trying to go around and keep the ball out of reach of the very handsy Broncos defense, who have been putting all kinds of pressure on the Vikings here today. Mara Buller across to Hartzler. Hartzler thought about going for the shot. She's going to dribble closer. Her shot goes off the glass into the hands of Chesley Scrine, who puts it right back in. Chesley Scrine, she is now tied for leading scorer. Or actually, no, she's taking the lead of leading scorer with 10 points. Pass by Westerman intended for Avery Larson inside. That's going to be Chesley Scrine forcing the jump ball, and they're going to award the jump ball to the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings. Westerman to inbound it. She finds Miley Davis. Miley Davis going to pass it to her left to Larson. Larson to Westerman on the run. She couldn't gather it, and that's going to be no good. Out of bounds and turnover for the Vikings. This is going to go to the Broncos. Marbuller across to Hartzler. Hartzler outside to Taylor. Lainey Taylor finds Kokesh. Kokesh out over to Marbuller. She goes for a 15-footer. That is good for 2. It's now 20-7. Vikings with a 20-point deficit now after the nice 15-footer by Mara Bullard. Kokesh gets the steal. Deep pass. Buller. She's going to put it in. 29-7 now. Broncos on a roll here against the Vikings. Leading by 22. Tenley Westman inside pass stolen away by Mara Buller. She's going to try and get a deep pass to number 3, Neva Kokesh, and she's going to put it up and in. It's poetry in motion. Neva Kokesh makes it look easy. And that's going to be almost another steal. Kokesh jumping up and blocking the pass by Westerman. Westerman able to recover, and we're going to get a timeout called by Coach Westerman of Littlefork-Big Falls. 6:23 left in half number 1, and the Broncos lead by a large margin, 31-7. This timeout brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. For a home professionally cleaned all year round, call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gresham, go ahead and take great care of you. Before the game, we had our national anthem brought to you by local VFW, post 2948. Join us for burger night and karaoke, and we also had our Border GMC keys to the game here. Keys to the game so far, Broncos keep forcing those turnovers and start being more consistent with the shots that they take. And for Little Fork, they got to stop turning it over. And that's just keeping it simple. And, of course, every scoreboard update brought to you by Packaging Corporation of America. And after the game, we'll have our post-game awards, our Domino's Pizza Player of the Game, and our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. And that's the signal for 15 seconds left in our timeout. Chesley Scrine leads all scorers with 10 points. Eliana Kade close behind with 8, and Neva Kokesh with 6. For Littlefork-Big Falls, it's Tenley Westerman leading with 3 points scoring. 6:23 to go. Vikings with the ball after the timeout was called. Westerman to start the approach. She passes it to her left, and we're going to get a travel almost immediately. So unlucky for Littlefork-Big Falls. Just can't catch a break here. It's Lainey Taylor to her right to Hartzler. Hartzler back to Taylor. Across. Mara Buller goes to the three-point shot, and she puts it in for 3. Mara Buller, the sophomore from outside of the arch. And that's going to make it 34-7 now. Tenley Westman outside of the arch. She's almost going to lose it. She's got to gather herself. Gives it to Avery Larson to her left. Larson stumbles low. Recovers. Westerman, long shot, and it is aired just too short of the basket, and that's going to be another turnover for the Vikings. And that's going to give the Broncos another opportunity to extend their lead here in the Borderland Battle. Marbola to her right to who Hartzler. That's thrown away. Avery Larson with a chance to take it coast to coast. She puts it up and in. Avery Larson with 2. Hang on now, folks. Can Littlefork get themselves a run going? They have just over 5 minutes left in the half to try and put some more points on the board. But they need to slow down this Broncos team. Avery Larson gets a lane, drives to the basket, up and no good. Rebounded by Tenley Westerman. We're going to get a foul called. It's a hold. They're going to call it against number 12, Jaylee Carlson. She gets her first foul of the game. 6th team foul for the Broncos. So far, Broncos, they've been doing a good job. Very disciplined. As pump fake by Shayla Blake from outside of the arc. She tries to drive down the baseline. Now she is surrounded. She tries to get a pass, but that's going to be stolen away by Ileana Koenig. Quick substitution. Shayla Blake comes out, and Harper Westerman goes in. Tenley Westerman to inbound the ball for Littlefork-Big Falls. She's looking for someone to pass through. Bounce pass inside to Avery Larson. She's going to muscle it up. Gets her own rebound, puts it up in the air, and that's going to be no good. Foul on the ground. Avery Larson goes to the line for Littlefork-Big Falls. And looking to try and continue to cut this lead down. Vikings, they are desperate to get some late points and get a late push going. First free throw attempt is good for Avery Larson. That was her first free throw opportunity of the game. And it is good. And now she gets another opportunity. Second one, up and in. She is now a perfect 2 for 2, making it 34-11 on the PCA scoreboard. Broncos trying to drive down the court as fast as they can. Lady Taylor outside of Bowler having to jump high for that pass. Eliana Kennedy trying to throw it underhanded. That's rebounded by Jaylee Carlson. Carlson outside of Hartzler. Hartzler to Bowler outside of the arch. Across to her left. Eliana Koenig, a contested three-point basket. Give her the points and give the Broncos 3. That is now 37-11. Broncos leading. Huge three-point shot off the front of the rim. That was Harper Westerman trying to go for a three-point basket, trying to answer Eliana Koenig's 3 with her own. Sadly, just a little too far to the left, shooting from that far left corner of the court. Now the Broncos with possession. Taylor to the corner. Eliana Koenig with the 3, airs it. That's rebounded by Bowler. Bowler outside to Taylor. Lady Taylor gets a nice jumper from 17 feet, and that's the Broncos with 39-11 lead on the PCA scoreboard. Eliana Koenig with the steal. She's going to try and take it coast to coast. Contested by Avery Larson. Can't get the N1 bucket, but she will get a shooting foul. That's going to be against number 11, Avery Larson. She's going to get her first foul of the game. Oh, no, they said number 2, Jessica. I don't know why, but the referee held up 2, so I thought he awarded it against Jessica Holte, and I would have had to correct him on that. But no need. Koenig, she's only missed 1 free throw so far. She is 6 of 7. Oh my, she's 6 of 7 in free throws. Now she's 7 of 8. Thank you. We have gotten rid of the accursed numbers. I'm sorry. Joey Payer would be in shambles if we knew I made the 6-7 joke on air again, back-to-back nights. Another travel called against the Vikings, and that's going to lead to another turnover that goes right back to the Broncos. Littlefork haven't been doing themselves any favors lately. Deep pass across. Mara Bullet with the three-point shot, and she drains it. Nothing but net. That's a three-point basket for Mara Buller. Number 1 for a reason. She now has 10 points here today. That's a basket for the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings. 2-point shot by number 10, Harper Westerman. She now has 4 points today. Shot no good. Miley Davis gets the rebound. Jessica Holte. She's going to get called for a travel. It took too many steps when she got the pass from her teammate, and so that's going to be another turnover going to the Broncos. Eliana Koenig to inbound the ball. So Mara Bulla has 10 points, tied with Chesley Skrine for all-time scoring. Lainey Taylor to her right to number 24, Aubrey Ide. Aubrey Ide back to Taylor. Taylor to the left to Buller. Buller inside. Finds Jayla Carlson outside to Ide. Oh, outside of the... She finds Taylor at the point. She drives to the basket. Up, no good off the glass. And shot clock shows 3 seconds. Mara Buller has to try and get the shot off. And that's going to be a shot clock foul against the Broncos. Couldn't get it off in time. And that's going to turn it over to the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings. Broncos lead 44-13 over the Vikings as Westerman inbounds the ball. 2.5 minutes left here in half number 1. Westerman deep pass to the left finds Harper Westerman, and that's going to be off the near rim and no good, right into the hands of the Broncos, who rebounds it. Now to her right, Taylor inside feeds it to Carlson. Carlson up and no good, rebounded by number 21 of the Vikings, Cadence Decker, the 7th grader who got her first 2 points of her varsity career just last night against LaPorte in the very tight 59-56 win. And we're going to get a foul called. It looks like Decker is going to be toeing the line for Littlefork-Big Falls. So the 7th grader playing some varsity basketball has a chance to get some points on the board. That foul was called against number 12 of the Broncos, her 3rd foul of the game, Jaylee Carlson. And she gets it in! Cadence Decker, the 1-for-1. Now she's getting ready for her 2nd one. And no good on the 2nd one. That's rebounded by the Broncos. And now the Broncos trying to score quickly here. Sylvia Valenzuela to her right to Buller. Buller at the point, passes it to her right to Ide. Ide back to Buller at the point. Buller gives it back to Ide. Aubrey Ide back to Buller. Buller thought about going for this shot. Instead, she's going to try and look for someone to pass through. That's going to be Ide, just out of reach, though. Having to play hot potato between the two, and sadly, that potato ended up hitting the floor. So Vikings get the ball. Tenley Westerman taking the point for Littlefork-Big Falls. She gives it to Larson to her right. Larson up, no good on the runner. She'll get the rebound. Gives it to Harper Westerman outside. Tenley Westerman, 3-point basket. No good. Rebounded by Cadence Decker. She's going to put it up and can't get the and one basket, but guess what? She's going back to the line. The 7th grader gets a couple more free throws. Let's go. Love to see it. 7th grader getting some varsity reps here. And you know what? She's scoring as well. You love to see it. You love to see these opportunities being given to the young guns on the roster here. Vikings, they have a small roster, so you know they really got to go deep into their deck of cards to help pull out a lot of these tight wins that they've had in recent games. And Cadence Decker having to, real quick, tie her shoe. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, double knot. She missed the first free throw opportunity. She is now 1 for 3. Second opportunity, trying to make it 2 for 4. This one's up, and it's in. Commentators curse be darned. I am glad I didn't jinx it for her. Outside, that's going to be a 10-footer by number 22, Brooklyn Dowdy. No good, though. Oh, Vikings rebounded. They're going to try and take it coast to coast. Minute 20 left as that goes out of bounds. And that's going to be out of bounds on the baseline. The Vikings couldn't get the possession. That's going to be awarded to the Broncos. So Broncos lead by 30 in half number 1, likely to force a running clock in the second half. Valenzuela feeds it inside. Now that's Bowler with the 3-point basket, and it's in! Mara Bowler, 13 points, leading all scorers for the Broncos. And have yourself a game and have yourself a Merry Christmas indeed. Tenley Westerman trying to give it back, stolen away. Mara Bowler, she's going to take the go-ahead. Goes for the jumper, and that is no good. She can't rebound her own shot. That's going to instead be a jump ball. I think likely awarded to, I think they're going to give it to the Broncos. The Broncos get the jump ball after really unfortunate for Marable. She could have had a really nice go-ahead layup after getting the steal, but instead it's going to lead to a jump ball. Bowler with the three, no good. Rebounded though by Dowdy. Dowdy to Bowler outside to Valenzuela. Back to Bowler from the corner, and no good. Unlucky bounce on the rim. That's going to be in the hands of Tenley Westerman of the Vikings. She's going to pass it up. Stolen away by Sylvia Valenzuela. She's going to try and take it, hit it across the court. Underhanded, no good. Rebounded, put back, no good by Bowler. So that's rebounded by Holte. Holte's going to try and go around, trying to find someone. She finds Tenley Westerman. She's going to give the deep shot over to Harper Westerman. She's going to try and go and puts it in. Harper Westerman with 2. She has 6 points to lead the Vikings in scoring. Dowdy from just below the free throw line, and that's going to be the end of half number 1. And the score on your PCA scoreboard: the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings 17, the Interocial Falls Broncos 47. Likely to have a running clock when we go into half number 2. So Vikings needing to get some scoring going. If they want to stay in this one, they're going to have to make a huge run and a huge comeback. But sadly, the Vikings, their biggest issue so far has just been these turnovers that have really been biting him. So let's see how they try and recover as they get ready for the upcoming second half of basketball. You are listening and watching on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM, as well as on yourliveevent.com.
Expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Cooperation created the electric co-ops, and the co-ops banded together and answered the call. Today, a new generation of electric co-op members must again answer the call. We are the owners of the co-ops and are the fabric of the communities in which we live and work to take care of ourselves, our neighbors, and our communities' rises. Let it be known, it is time for this new generation to turn the lights on again, to ensure that the quality of life in all of the communities in which we live and work is improved. And when we live up to our purpose, we relight the American dream. Because we are the electric cooperative members of tomorrow, and our work has just begun.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know, all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Cooperation created the electric co-ops, and the co-ops banded together and answered the call. Today, a new generation of electric co-op members must again answer the call. We are the owners of the co-ops and are the fabric of the communities in which we live and work to take care of ourselves, our neighbors, and our communities' rises. Let it be known, it is time for this new generation to turn the lights on again, to ensure that the quality of life in all of the communities in which we live and work is improved. And when we live up to our purpose, we relight the American dream. Because we are the electric cooperative members of tomorrow, and our work has just begun.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
Welcome back to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. So, for those of you trying to tune in for the Muskie Girls hockey game over on the Bear 95.3 KGHS, I just got word that apparently the game against Dryden that was originally scheduled for tonight has been canceled due to poor weather and travel conditions. And so that is my bad. Shout out to Joey Pear. He was going to be the one covering that game, and so he gets the night off. So good for him. I'm here in Falls High School on the Bear Night on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM, as well as on yourliveevent.com, giving you your halftime show for the International Falls Broncos taking on the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings in the Borderland battle. Broncos lead 47-17 after some really tough defense that they played against the Vikings, forcing all kinds of turnovers, and Vikings just having a tough time trying to connect passes throughout the game. And so biggest key to the game is going to be for the Vikings to start trying to find a way to get the ball to their teammate and not to the other team, and also trying to get those shots in. So far, leading scorer for the Vikings has been number 10, Harper Westerman, who has 6 points. And for the Broncos, it is Chesney Skrine, who has 10 points, and Mara Buller, who has 13 points in today's game. Eliana Koenig not far behind. Eliana Koenig with 11 points today. Make sure you stay tuned after the game because we do have our Domino's Pizza player of the game. Sorry, I had to do the math there real quick. And don't forget, like I said, our Domino's Pizza player of the game at the end of the game. Looking for a quick, easy, and delicious dinner, then looking no further than your local Domino's. With more than just pizza, Domino's is the perfect carryout after the game, or you can also have it delivered. Great deals are always happening at Domino's. 283-3444. Make Domino's your lunch or dinner destination today, and a player from both the Broncos and the Vikings will receive a free pizza from Domino's as their award. And of course, we have our Enbridge Energy player of the game. So make sure you stay tuned for those post-game interviews after the game. And we're getting ready now for the second half of this borderland battle between the Neosho Falls Broncos and the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings. Here as, again, the Broncos lead by 30. I do believe that will enforce a running clock in the second half, unless the Vikings can start making a run and start making the scoring closer. Special shout out to Cadence Decker, the 7th grader, who has 2 points today from free throws. So, hey, congrats to the 7th grader stepping in and stepping up here for her team when they need her the most. And so, stay tuned. We have second half coming right up. You are listening and watching on Lakes Country 104.1 KSTM and yourliveevent.com.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Cooperation created the electric co-ops, and the co-ops banded together and answered the call. Today, a new generation of electric co-op members must again answer the call. We are the owners of the co-ops and are the fabric of the communities in which we live and work to take care of ourselves, our neighbors, and our communities rises. Let it be known, it is time for this new generation to turn the lights on again, to ensure that the quality of life in all of the communities in which we live and work is improved. And when we live up to our purpose, we relight the American dream. Because we are the electric cooperative members of tomorrow, and our work has just begun.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century.
Welcome back to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country, 104.1 KSDM. Start your voyage out the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. Getting ready for the second half of some varsity girls basketball action. The Neosho Falls Broncos leads 47-17. As we get ready for half number 2 of the Borderland Battle. Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings are going to be the ones to start with the ball. And Tenley Westman able to inbound it to Avery Larson. Littlefork-Big Falls going left to right on your radio dial. All white away jerseys, orange lettering. 3-point basket attempted by Tenley Westman, rebounded by Neva Kokesh. She's going to take the point and bring it past half court, and she's going to drive towards the basket. Nice quick jumper from 13 feet, rebounded by Westerman. Tenley Westman unable to keep it in bounds. They're going to say that it was out on Westerman, and that's going to be possession for the Broncos. Again, for those of you trying to tune in for the Muskies hockey game on the Bear 95.3 KGHS, turns out though the game against Dryden was canceled. Neva Kokesh drives to the basket, puts it up, and puts it in. That is 2 for Neva Kokesh. She had 4 in that first half, and they are now mentioning that they are going to be enforcing the running clock rule as Jesse Scrine gets the rebound off the shot missed by Littlefork. 49-17, running clock. Sylvia Valenzuela, deep pass across to Eliana Koenig. Deep pass back to Valenzuela. She gives it to Lainey Taylor. She's going to drive to the basket. Bounce pass inside to Koenig. Koenig puts it up, puts it in. That is now 13 for Eliana Koenig. 15 for Koenig. Apparently, I missed an earlier basket for her. 51-17. Vikings trail. Mary Rosenthal trying to get a pass around Sylvia Valenzuela, miscommunicated with Tenley Westman, and that's being stolen by the Broncos. Lainey Taylor from short distance puts it up and in. Lainey Taylor gets her first points of the game. Second points of the game. She has 4. Apparently, I gotta remember to mark down the shots on my little scorecard here, and that's gonna be a kicking foul against Lainey Taylor. So. Could have sworn it was a running clock, but I guess not. Westerman gives it to Avery Larson. Larson brings it across half court, gives it back to Westerman. Westerman inside to Larson, and they're going to call a foul. Excuse me. 53-17, Broncos lead on the PSA scoreboard. Westerman trying to find someone to pass to. As she looks to her right, she could have found Mary Rosenthal. She gives it to Miley Davis. Miley Davis tries to pass it back to Westerman. That gets tipped out of bounds by a Bronco. Westerman to inbound the ball. She's looking for Rosenthal. Out by half court. She's going to try and drive it in. Gives it to Westerman. Westerman, wide open three-point shot. Nothing but net for Tenley. Westerman of the Vikings. And now it is 53-20 on the PCA scoreboard. Koenig inside to Kokesh. Back outside to Skrine. Her three-point shot no good. And that's going to be out of bounds on the Vikings. So Broncos keep possession. But good defense underneath the basket, trying to avoid a rebound by Neva Kokesh. Inside pass by Taylor and gives it to Kokesh. She tries to bounce it over back to Taylor. Now Kokesh goes for a three-point basket after the pass by Koenig. That's going to be rebounded by Rosenthal. Vikings with the ball. Stolen away, though. That's Lainey Taylor who gets the steal for the Broncos. Passes it to her right to Valenzuela. Valenzuela across to Koenig. Koenig's going to drive to the basket. Pass inside. Valenzuela up. No good. Off the inside of the rim. Into the hands of Tenley Westerman. Who gets the rebound. They get called jump ball, and they're going to award it to the Vikings. Jessica Holte to inbound it. It was a holding penalty, actually, called against the Broncos. Number 20, Eliana Koenig. She gets her first of the game. Second of the half. Vikings with the ball. Westerman to Holte. Holte back to Westerman. Inside, intended for Holte. She instead gets to Avery Larson. Her shot goes over, rebounded by Rosenthal. Rosenthal trying to back up so she could get a jumper from underneath the basket, but that's stolen away by the Broncos. Sylvia Valenzuela takes the point, passes it to her left to Taylor. Lainey Taylor dribbles inside. Her pass across to Koenig gets tipped out of bounds by Avery Larson. Broncos keep possession. And I could have sworn it was a running clock, but I guess not. So, my mistake. Corner three by Kokesh. And it's good! Nothing but net! Neva Kokesh with a three-point basket. It's 56-20. Broncos lead on the PCA scoreboard over the Vikings. Mary Rosenthal from outside of the arch. Passes it inside to Miley Davis outside of Westerman. It makes its way across to Jessica Holte. Stolen away, though, by Valenzuela. She's going to try and take it coast to coast. Up and no good, but Taylor there for the rebound. Misses the first one. Makes the second one, though. So Lainey Taylor with the basket underneath off of the putback. Now Holte to her right to Larson. Larson over to Rosenthal. She's going to drive down the baseline, makes it around Scrine, puts it up and in. That's her first points of the game for Mary Rosenthal. It is now 58-22 on the PCA scoreboard. A cross intended for Koenig. Valenzuela's pass is just too high. And that's going to be a turnover by the Broncos going back to the Vikings. Jessica Holte gets the ball inbounded by number 10, Harper Westerman. Trying to make a drive to the basket. That's going to be taken away by the Broncos. Chesney Scrine gets the rebound. Gives it to Buller. Buller, she has 13 today. Shot from 17 feet by number 10, Juliana Hartzler. No good. Broncos get the rebound, though. Hartzler thought about it, passes outside. Koenig for three, airs it into the hands of Hartzler, but Chesney Scrine comes up with it. Scrine up and in, that's an and one basket for Chesney Scrine. She now has 12 today, looking to make it 13 with this upcoming free throw. She has struggled, though. She is 0 for 4 from the free throw line. And she puts it in, so Chesney Scrine now makes it 1 for 5 from the free throw line. Rosenthal charging to the net. It's going to be a foul against number 1, Mara Buller. Buller gets her first foul of the game. Broncos so far disciplined. Only 3 fouls in this second half. We're going to get a timeout called by Little Fork. The Broncos lead 61-22. And you got to think they might be enforcing a running clock here at some point if the Broncos get it any more out of hand. We have just under 13 minutes left in the second half. Broncos lead by 39 over the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings on the PCA scoreboard. Vikings with the possession following the penalty against Mara Buller. It'll be Rosenthal who will inbound the ball for Littlefork-Big Falls. Broncos leave the huddle after the timeout. Again, Rosenthal to inbound the ball. Gives it to Harper Westerman. Harper Westerman inside feed to Jessica Holte. She's going to spin around, gives it to Davis. Davis for three. No good. Rebounded by number 12, Jaylee Carlson. Carlson gives it to Koenig. Koenig from the point. She's looking to her left, passes it over to Hartzler. Hartzler back to Koenig. Inside to Carlson. Carlson to Buller. Buller, pump fake up, no good off the glass, but rebounded by Koenig. And it looks like we're going to get a jump ball called. And they're going to award it to the Broncos. Less than 12 and a half seconds left. As that was almost Dowdy able to get the pass from the inbounding, but no good. Coming into the game is the 7th grader, Decker. Pass outside of the arch to Mara Buller. She passes it to her right to Koenig. Koenig inside. She finds Carlson. Carlson goes for the jumper. Carlson puts it in. Jaylee Carlson gets her first points of the game. She now has 2 of them. 63-24. Broncos get the rebound after the shot was missed by the Vikings. Now it's Mara Buller from the point. Hasn't yet crossed half court. Now she gets past half court. She's going to take a lane, trying to go up. Her up and no good, but rebounded by Dowdy. And her pass intended for number 10, Hartzler, almost gets stolen away. We're going to get a jump ball called. There's still, looks like they're going to award it to the Vikings. For a second, there was a bit of confusion. I think the Broncos thought they had the possession, but it's the Vikings' possession. Jessica Holty from the point, the sophomore, goes to the right of the arch, passes it to her left, to Larson. Larson over to Harper Westerman. Harper Westerman trying to drive towards the baseline, no good. Passes outside to Avery Larson. Larson outside to Holty. Holty passed, almost batted away, recovered by Harper Westerman. Harper Westerman over to Larson. Larson up and no good. Rebounded by the Broncos. That's number 12, Jaylee Carlson getting the board. Now Hartzler driving in. No good. Passes outside to Mara Buller. Mara Buller try to drive in. Backs up instead outside of the arch. Passes it across. Finds Dowdy. Dowdy over to number 24, Aubrey Ide. And we're going to get a travel called against Ide. So that's a turnover for the Broncos. Vikings get the possession, down 63-24 or 22. Apparently they took away the 2 points that they awarded. Miley Davis from 3 off the glass, no good, but into the hands of Holty. Holty's gonna put it up and in. Jessica Holty gets 2. That's her. She now has 4 points here today. So now it's 63-24. Far side corner, that's number 12. Carlson trying to get a pass in. Buller gets the rebound. And we're going to get a travel called against Mara Buller of the Broncos. And so Little Fork is going to get the possession following the travel. Tanley Westerman and Mary Rosenthal both subbed into the game for Little Fork-Big Falls. Holty gives it to Westerman. Westerman's going to take the point. She crosses half court, passes it to her right to Rosenthal. Rosenthal trying to drive to the basket on the baseline. Her shot hits the bottom of the backboard, and that's rebounded by Jaylee Carlson. Carlson almost lost it. She had to slow down to recover. Gives it to Dowdy. Dowdy over to Hartzler. Hartzler to Buller. Buller looking around. She's going to give it to Dowdy. Dowdy. Excuse me, not Dowdy. Ide. From 15 feet. No good. Rebounded by Holty. Holty deep pass to Harper Westerman. Harper Westerman's going to get it up and in. Harper Westerman. She has 8 points here today to lead the Vikings in scoring. It's now 63-26 on the PCA scoreboard. Less than 10 minutes left. Another steal by Little Fork. Jessica Holty's going to put it up. No good. Almost rebounded. And ow. Mara Buller tried to keep the ball in play and accidentally knocked it right into the face of her teammate, Jaylee Carlson. And good on her to immediately apologize to her teammate, because obviously that's going to leave a headache. Holty to inbound the ball. She finds Westerman. Tenley Westerman for 3. Off the near rim, no good. Rebounded by Holty, though. She's going to put it up off the rim again. Again, no good. Almost a steal for the Broncos. Tenley Westerman steals it right back. Rosenthal puts it up off the glass and no good. Now it's on the floor. We're going to get a jump ball as we have a heap of bodies trying to wrestle for the ball. 63-26. Broncos still lead on the PCA scoreboard, 37. But that's stolen immediately by Holty almost after the Broncos try to inbound it, but they avoid trouble as her jumper doesn't go in. Almost a steal for Westerman, and we're going to get a timeout called by Coach Dowdy of the Broncos. This timeout comes at 9:15 to go, and Broncos lead by 63-26 on the PCA scoreboard. And this timeout brought to you by Service Master of International Falls for a home professionally cleaned all year round. Call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gresh are going to take great care of you. And, of course, we have our post-game player awards, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, and our Domino's Pizza Player of the Game. Looking for a quick, easy, and delicious dinner? Then look no further than your local Domino's. With more than just pizza, Domino's is the perfect carryout after the game, or you can have it delivered. Great deals are always happening at Domino's. 283-3444. Make Domino's your lunch or dinner destination today. And, of course, one player from each team will receive a Domino's Pizza certificate. And, of course, every scoreboard update throughout this contest brought to you by Packaging Corporation of America. Broncos to inbound the ball. It's Aubrey Ide who will inbound it for International Falls. She gives it to number 23, Cami Cronin. Cami Cronin trying to find Mara Buller. That's going to go out of bounds. No good. So that's going to be turned over to the Vikings. Holte gives it to Westerman, Tenley Westerman, to take the point for International Falls. And Westerman, her pass, trying to pass it inside, knocked out of bounds by Mara Buller, so Vikings keep the possession. But they're going to have to slow down and find a new play to run. Just about 9 minutes left in half number 2. Rosenthal gets the feed from Westerman. She tries to go up, and they're going to say foul against the foul on the floor, I think. Or no, they're going to say it was out of bounds on the Broncos. For a second, I thought it was a foul against the Broncos, but no beans there. Now we get the running clock. Tenley Westerman outside to Harper Westerman. Over to Tenley. Tenley goes for the three-point basket, airs it, and that's going to maybe be off the corner of the backboard, but still that goes out of bounds. So now we have less than 8.5 minutes left. Stolen away by Harper Westerman. She tries to go up for it. That's going to be defended by Mara Buller, who's able to make the play. And now it's going to be still Vikings possession, but a great defense underneath the basket by Mara Buller. And now Mary Rosenthal. Her pass gets stolen away, intended for Decker. Mara Buller gets a steal. She's going to go coast for coast, but no good. Now that's rebounded by Mary Rosenthal. Rosenthal is going to try and get her own coast to coast. That also doesn't go in. Rebounded by Harper Westman. Nope, and she gives it to Rosenthal. Rosenthal trying to spin around. She can't find someone to pass to. She eventually finds Tenley Westerman. Clock is ticking. Rosenthal gets the pass from Westerman. Back to Westerman. Westerman to Holte. Holte across finds Harper Westerman. She makes one move down the baseline. Her shot goes over the basket, rebounded by Holte. And we're going to get a violation from the looks of it. So we're going to get a quick substitution by the Vikings as the Broncos inbound the ball. Running clock. Almost 7 minutes left. Cami Cronin gets the ball. She finds Mara Buller, who's got a nice lane to go coast to coast. She does indeed. Mara Buller puts it in for the Vikings. She now has 15 points, tied for leading all-time scoring with Eliana Koenig. So now 65-26. Rosenthal to Westerman. Westerman finds Harper Westerman. She goes for a three-point basket off the near rim. No good. Rebounded by Miley Davis. Can't put it up and in, but rebounded by Harper Westerman, who's going to go for the shot, and I think she's going to be able to go to the line. Harper Westerman gets the free throw opportunity, and the foul is going to be called against the Broncos. Number 24, Aubrey Ide, gets called for the foul. That is her second foul of the game. Quick substitutions coming into the game for the Broncos. Number 12, Jaylee Carlson. And for the Vikings, number 1, Shayla Blake. Free throw, no good. Rebounded by Carlson. She finds Mara Buller wide open on the cherry pick. And Mara Buller is able to get the 2. And now Mara Buller is leading in all scorers. 67-26. Yes, that is 6-7, ladies and gentlemen, as Hartzler almost was able to ruin the funny number, but that's going to be defended. Slapped out of bounds by Tanley Westerman, but that's going to be a foul against Westerman. Westerman gets her second foul of the game. Broncos are going to have Hartzler towing the line for the free throw opportunities. And it's in. 68-26 as Hartzler's first free throw opportunity goes in, her first points of the game. Mara Bowler with 17 points in the game. Rebound as the shot, her second shot was no good. Hartzler's going to try and put it up and in. Hartzler gets 2. That makes it 3 for Hartzler. So it's now 70-26. Vikings trail. Rosenthal can't put it up and in. Now it's still rebounded by the Broncos. It's Hartzler from outside of the arc. She's going to go to her left, passes it to Mara Bowler. Mara Bowler to the right to number 12, Jaylee Carlson. She tries to drive to the net. No good. Passes outside. Cami Cronin goes for the jumper. No good. Puts back in by Mara Bowler. Give her another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. That is almost a 20-point game for Mara Bowler of the Broncos. Tanley Westerman goes for the three-point basket, airs it, and that's going to be turnover again for the Vikings. They have been struggling to make baskets in this game. The Broncos, they have 3 players in double digits here today. Cami Cronin inbounds it. She finds Hartzler. Hartzler finds Bowler. Bowler finds herself now scoring 20 points. That's another 2 for Mara Bowler as we get a timeout called. And the timeout called with 3 minutes, 49 seconds left to play. This is a full timeout called by the Vikings, and this timeout is brought to you by Service Master of International Falls for a home professionally cleaned all year round. Call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen are going to take great care of you. And Mara Bowler just reached 20 points here today. Have yourself a game, sophomore Mara Bowler. Mara Bowler, she had 8 points in the second half, following a impressive 13-point performance in the first half. So Mara Bowler, leading score, one of the leading scorer all time, and for the Broncos. For Littlefork-Big Falls, it has been Harper Westerman who has been leading all scoring for the Vikings. As we get ready for the end of the timeout. Inbounding for the Vikings is going to be Holte. Holte to Larson, back to Holte. Jessica Holte from outside of the arch gets it poked out by Mara Bowler, recovered by Shayla Blake. Shayla Blake over to Holte, and she's going to get called for a travel. And so just moving her feet too much. Now it's going to be turned over and going to the Broncos. Subbed into the game, number 22. Brooklyn Dowdy. Inbounding the ball is Aubrey Ide. She gives it to Mara Bowler. Might as well give it to the player who's scored so many points for the team. Mara Bowler trying to go coast to coast, and a whole sea of bodies all trying to rebound the ball. That is going to be no good. Jump ball, and they're going to award it to Little Fork, and nobody on Little Fork is there to inbound it. Now Shayla Blake is going to go to inbound it. Coming into the game for the Vikings is number 21, Cadence Decker, the 7th grader. Avery Larson to the corner to Harper Westerman. Harper Westerman trying to feed it down the baseline to Decker. That's going to go out of bounds. Vikings keep the ball as they're also going to sub in number 0, Kendall Street, another 7th grader. So just look at how young this Vikings team is. 2 7th graders are currently on the court for Littlefork-Big Falls. Broncos get the steal. Mara Bowler from the point. She's going to try and take a lane. Passes outside to Dowdy. Back inside to Bowler. Bowler trying to go around. Trying to pass it inside, but her miscommunication. That's thrown away by Miley Davis. Vikings trying to take it down the court. Harper Westerman finds Shayla Blake. Over to Westerman again. Westerman able to eventually gain control. She's going to spin around. Goes for the three-point basket and drains it for 3. Three-point basket for Harper Westerman. My goodness, and her older sister, Tenley, was super proud of that one, standing up, letting her sister know, hey, you got that. Way to go. Harper Westerman, an 8th grader who is leading the Vikings in scoring with 11 points here today. Another three-point attempt. That would have been crazy if that went in. No good. Rebounded by Buller. Buller's going to try and take it coast to coast. Pass inside. She finds number 12. That's going to be Jaylee Carlson putting it in from underneath the basket. That's now 4 points for Jaylee Carlson. It is 76-29. Vikings trail on the PCA scoreboard. Decker goes for a wild jumper. That's rebounded by Cami Cronin after it's aired by Decker. Mara Buller taking the point. She crosses the half court. Deep pass, almost out of reach of Carlson. She's able to eventually get a hand on it. She passes it to her right to Aubrey Ide. Aubrey Ide to Cami Cronin. Back to Buller. Buller with the jumper from 3 feet. It's good. Mara Buller, have yourself a game. She has 23 points to lead all scorers as the Vikings try and get on the scoreboard. Miley Davis, her pass tipped away. Now it's stolen. This is Aubrey Ide. She's going to try and take it coast to coast. And no good, but Mara Buller there for the rebound. Can't put it in. She will maybe get the second try. No good. Cami Cronin, no good. Mara Buller with another attempt. No good. Mara Buller hitting the hardwood and hitting it kind of hard there, too. A little slow to get up. And I think now's a good time. I think she might have had the wind knocked out of her. She was kind of feeling her chest a little, so hopefully she is okay, just needing to catch a breather. And well-deserved one, too, with 23 points here today from Mara Buller. Ball on the ground. Decker able to wrestle it away from Cami Cronin. She's able to get a pass to Shayla Blake. Shayla Blake's going to go up. No good. Almost rebounded by the Vikings. It's taken away by the Broncos. Cami Cronin, 2 seconds left, and pass goes out of bounds. That's going to be the end of this one. Vikings and Broncos. The Borderland battle is decided, and the Borderland battle is going to go to the International Falls Broncos. Final score, 78-29. Tough defense by the Broncos, and a great 23-point game for Mara Buller to help lead the team in scoring and lead both teams in scoring, and just a tough time with the turnovers for the Vikings here today. They're going to have to bounce back as the season goes on, and we're going to get ready for our post-game show. You are listening and watching on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM, as well as on yourliveevent.com.
Responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the Borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know, all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real, because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Cooperation created the electric co-ops, and the co-ops banded together and answered the call. Today, a new generation of electric co-op members must again answer the call. We are the owners of the co-ops and are the fabric of the communities in which we live and work to take care of ourselves, our neighbors, and our communities rises. Let it be known, it is time for this new generation to turn the lights on again, to ensure that the quality of life in all of the communities in which we live and work is improved. And when we live up to our purpose, we relight the American dream. Because we are the electric cooperative members of tomorrow, and our work has just begun.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community.
Gentlemen, to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSTM. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. And it's our post-game show. Packaging Corporation of America scoreboard says the Broncos win the Borderland battle 78-29 over the Littlefork-Big Vikings. Broncos tough defense and even better rebounding to help get the win here today. Vikings just too many costly turnovers that really hurt them throughout this game, and just had a hard time against the Broncos, who had multiple players, 3 key players end up reaching the double digits, and only the Broncos holding them to only 1 player reaching the double digits. Let's start with the scoring summary for the Vikings. They had number 2, Jessica Holte, only able to score 4. Number 5, the sophomore, Tanley Westerman, scoring 6. And then number 11, the junior, Avery Larson, scoring 4. Number 22, Mary Rosenthal, the junior, scoring 4. And the senior, Miley Davis, not able to score any of the starters. And then off the bench, it was number 10, Harper Westerman, who had led the Vikings in scoring with 11 points. One of those coming from outside of the arch. And then also coming off the bench, number 21, the 7th grader, Cadence Decker, able to get a couple of points on a couple of free throws. But Vikings just could not hit the scoring that they needed here today, and so they sadly lose here on the road against the Broncos. Speaking of the Broncos, their scoring summary, number 2, Sylvia Valenzuela ended up finishing the game with 3 points, 9 points for number 3, Diva Kokish, 6 points for number 13, Lainey Taylor, and the other starter, number 20, Ileana Koenig, ended up finishing the game with 17 points. And then Chesney Scrine added in 13. And number 1, Amara Bowler off the bench, ended up leading all scorers with 23 points here today. 13 in the first half, and then 10 more in the second half to finish with such an incredible performance. And then also from the bench, they had number 10, Juliana Hartzler, with 3 points, and number 12, Jaylee Carlson, with 4 points, helped get the win 78-29. Make sure you stay tuned. Coming up next, we are going to have our post-game player interviews. Of course, the Donna's Pizza player of the game for the Broncos is number 1, Amara Bowler, with her 23 points, and energy player of the game is going to be number 20, Eliana Koenig, with her 17 points. And from the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings, number 10, Harper Westerman is going to be the Domino's Pizza player of the game for the Vikings. And her oldest sister, Tenley Westerman, is going to be the energy player of the game for the Vikings. And so make sure you stay tuned. Coming up is those post-game interviews with those stars of the game. And now we'll be back after the break.
Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know, all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Cooperation created the electric co-ops, and the co-ops banded together and answered the call. Today, a new generation of electric co-op members must again answer the call. We are the owners of the co-ops and are the fabric of the communities in which we live and work to take care of ourselves, our neighbors, and our communities' rises. Let it be known, it is time for this new generation to turn the lights on again, to ensure that the quality of life in all of the communities in which we live and work is improved. And when we live up to our purpose, we relight the American dream. Because we are the electric cooperative members of tomorrow, and our work has just begun.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know, all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, We're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn.
Cooperation created the electric co-ops, and the co-ops banded together and answered the call. Today, a new generation of electric co-op members must again answer the call. We are the owners of the co-ops and are the fabric of the communities in which we live and work to take care of ourselves, our neighbors, and our communities rises. Let it be known, it is time for this new generation to turn the lights on again, to ensure that the quality of life in all of the communities in which we live and work is improved. And when we live up to our purpose, we relight the American dream. Because we are the electric cooperative members of tomorrow, and our work has just begun.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Cooperation created the electric co-ops, and the co-ops banded together and answered the call. Today, a new generation of electric co-op members must again answer the call. We are the owners of the co-ops and are the fabric of the communities in which we live and work to take care of ourselves, our neighbors, and our communities rises. Let it be known, it is time for this new generation to turn the lights on again, to ensure that the quality of life in all of the communities in which we live and work is improved. And when we live up to our purpose, we relight the American dream. Because we are the electric cooperative members of tomorrow, and our work has just begun.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Cooperation created the electric co-ops, and the co-ops banded together and answered the call. Today, a new generation of electric co-op members must again answer the call. We are the owners of the co-ops and are the fabric of the communities in which we live and work to take care of ourselves, our neighbors, and our communities rises. Let it be known, it is time for this new generation to turn the lights on again, to ensure that the quality of life in all of the communities in which we live and work is improved. And when we live up to our purpose, we relight the American dream. Because we are the electric cooperative members of tomorrow, and our work has just begun.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Cooperation created the electric co-ops, and the co-ops banded together and answered the call. Today, a new generation of electric co-op members must again answer the call. We are the owners of the co-ops.